Hello and welcome to Wolfman Gaming. This is my Dark Pictures Anthology, Little Hope Blind Playthrough. And this is episode 4.
She sounded so strange. I could barely
And
understand her.
according
Sure
to
sounded like
the
she wasn't from anywhere
curator,
around here.
we are doing well.
I'm tempted to say she sounded more like she was from another time than another place.
You're right.
But he also said that in Man of Medan, I started out really great in that game. Building up relationships and everyone was getting along, almost. But in the end, 2 people bit the bullet. 1 literally, and 1 technically got stabbed. By his own accord. Premonition. Human sacrifice. I'm gonna view that again. Holding a gun to someone's head. That person, oops, is not part of the party. So maybe not firing the gun is the right choice to do, or I love how this game just switches camera angles. That is something that works better in this game than the first one. They have done a lot of improvements over the last game. Oh dear.
Might get a better view from up there.
But in the last video, I started talking about youth culture in different forms and how ghost towns of the Northeast. Ghost towns of the Northeast, Little Hope, the town returning to nature. The abiding image of a ghost town in the popular imagination of an arid desert shack, surrounded by tumbleweed. However, ghost towns exist even in the lush northeast of the United States, buried away in forests, forgotten and abandoned to nature. The reasons for towns to become ghosts vary, but inevitably comes back to economics. The town may have boomed from logging, mining or industry, then the jobs go and the people with them. The aptly named Little Hope is one such town, a one-factor community built around textiles that disappeared when cheap imports overwhelmed the market. After many attempts to save the mill, it closed and a mass exodus ensued. Soon the school and even the church closed, leaving a desolate ruin. Yeah, well, I think that is the fate for many small towns. That they are so dependent on one or maybe 2
I don't know.
businesses.
What do you think happened to us back there?
I feel like we're in danger. There's something very off about this place.
Yeah, I hear you. What is out there?
Reassuring.
We will find a way out of here. We have to.
I hope you're right. Appreciate you checking in with me.
Yes, now I'm gonna try to finish the train of thought. Youth culture. There are different things that come into fashion when it comes to youth culture, and certain aspects of them are always frowned upon by small-minded, usually adults. Back in the 70s and 80s, it was rock music. It was supposed to corrupt the youth and turn them into Satanists and murderers and rapists and whatever. Little Hope Historical Society presents The Witch of Edmonton, a play by W.M. Rowley, Fosdecker and John Ford, performed in historical dress at Little Hope Middle School. Saturday, 17th of April at 7 p.m.
Could this have something to do with what we saw?
I guess it could, but it didn't feel like that.
I don't know which is worse. Ghostly apparitions or a town full of historical weirdos.
And they try to blame acts of violence, both the self-destructive and violence against others, on rock music. And in the 80s, it became more role-playing games. And then, or 80s and 90s, role-playing games. And then it was video games, and role-playing games swung around again, I think. And then it has gone back to, let's see if we can watch her. No. Because people, we will always have, or it seems like, there's always a situation where a new youth culture pops up and people don't understand it, and why is there like a shadow of an arm behind me? And when bad stuff happens, they want to blame it on that, because mostly out of convenience. And you don't understand how youth culture affects the people within. Because I think both rock music is about creativity, or music at all. All music is about creativity, creating something.
There's something up ahead.
Or listening to other people's creative process and relating, making you feel, and it can make you feel sad, it can make you feel anger, it can make you feel happy.
Can we move it?
But it is an art form that people relate to in their own ways. Also, role-playing games
Look at that.
are also about
Hey,
creativity,
wait.
making your fantasy
Stop.
flourish, creating stories, creating an adventure together with other
Just gonna say
people.
it. This is exactly what goes down in
Going
horror.
together with friends, or like playing in a band,
What the hell do we
creating
do now?
something with other people, or in video games, playing amazing
with this.
stories.
Stay right here.
And anyone and everyone who have done research on it, like, is there a correlation
Hold
in
up, I'll
between
come
video
with you.
games and violence? I've come to the conclusion that there isn't. Because games or music doesn't make people violent.
Hey, you two.
I think, on the other hand, I think what I'm trying to say is, I think the complete opposite. Because I think if you're feeling sad or angry, going home playing video games can be a great outlet
Hey,
for that
anyone
anger.
there?
Like when you've had a shitty day, going home,
Hello?
sitting down playing video games, I feel for me is, hello.
Get off me!
John!
What is it you want from me?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
These are most troubling times.
Wait, don't go.
Stay away!
My God.
Please, Lord, I beg you. Rid me of these apparitions.
Who are you? This can't be happening.
Fix your gaze elsewhere. You are no husband of mine.
Is it a time rift? Yes.
Get into town.
What I was
It's
gonna
not so far
say
now,
is
and it's our best shot at getting
video games can
You
be
guys okay?
I am very far from okay. I am terrified and confused. I just saw my own double in the fog.
What happened in there?
This woman came out of nowhere in the fog, dressed like an extra from Salem. She was garbling something in an accent I didn't recognize, and most disturbing of all, she was the spitting image of me.
How is that even possible?
You're blowing this out of proportion, Angela.
I am all done here.
Seems the fog won't let us go anywhere except into the center of town.
The fog decides where we can and can't go? Fuck that. I'm trying another way.
Don't you kids watch horror movies? You never ever split up.
Those movies are dumb.
good point.
And I'm going this way without you.
Maybe splitting
Horror
up
movies
isn't
are
a good
not.
idea, Taylor.
No way am I going down there.
Yes, you are.
I'm with John.
We can check out more options if we split up. I'll go with Taylor. It's not safe for you to be hanging around here on your own.
2 teams are more likely to find a way out, which is what we all want, right?
I guess you're right. If the fog lets you through and you find help, send them into town to find us. Got a feeling we'll find help faster than the others.
As long as somebody does, that's all that matters.
Yes, now I'm gonna finish the train of thought. As I said, I think video games, when you have a shitty day, video games can be a great way of escape. Just sit down, no matter what game you play, you don't have to like go home and play Doom because you're pissed at your boss. But just the escapism of heading into whatever world it is. It could be Little Hope, it could be Nosgoth, it could be the lands between. It doesn't matter. Just to focus your mind at something else than what bothers you or troubles you, or a dude on a bicycle.
Are we okay
Can be
here?
very good
We're good.
for both
That noise was just the old guy from the bar on his bike.
your mental
Stupid old drunk.
state and
Uh,
your
somewhere
well-being
around here,
overall,
there must be an
because it
easier
focuses
way
your
back up to
attention
the road.
on something else. And
Let's move out.
anyone who thinks that a perfectly normal
You got an
person
explanation for what we saw?
plays
I think that makes
GTA
sense.
and becomes violent, goes out
I do
to hurt
know
people,
there were witch
I think
trials
that
held
is an
around the
absurd
same
thought.
time
That
as
person, if
What
you go out and hurt someone,
You can figure that out for yourself.
you have troubles already.
What the hell
The
was
game
that?
didn't make you violent.
Now what?
Violence is in you, and the game was just something you happened to play before you went out and punched someone in the mouth. I'm curious.
What's up? You look worried. Are you okay?
Yeah, thanks. I am more or less, but something here just... what we've been through and seen tonight is difficult to stomach. We all have our own way of coping. John here feels the urge to be our leader, the alpha male.
Oh dear
Whereas
God.
Daniel and Taylor feel an entirely different, somewhat more animalistic urge. Of course, I'm sure you've already worked out that there is only one person you can truly rely on. Yourself?
Don't give up on all of us just yet. If we stick together,
Really? She got pissed
we
by
will
that?
make it out of this mess.
I'm not sure about that. You know, you sound just like Daniel. We should catch up.
What's with her hostility? So, closing sentence. The point I want to get across is a disturbed person will commit disturbing acts, no matter what he or she does. But the person does not become disturbed because they play video games or listen to rock music or play role-playing games or whatever.
Are you okay?
Feels like Angela's constantly weighing me up and finding me lacking. I feel responsible for everyone here. You are all in my care. How would you handle all this in my position?
Stay positive.
I guess I'd try to stay positive, do my best. That's all anyone can
Who's
do.
that in the background?
Not sure my best is up to dealing with whatever is going on around us tonight. What we saw back there, you think that was really supernatural?
I would say we can't be sure.
We really can't be sure what it is we've seen.
Makes sense to me. Just because I can't explain what we saw doesn't mean we have to reach the most extreme conclusion. That's kind of what happened in Little Hope during the witch trials. We made bad decisions based on very little hard evidence.
Sure. I get that.
Either way, our goal here is not proving or disproving the supernatural, ghosts, whatever else. It's getting the hell out of here.
I still think the bus driver is schizophrenic, and none of
I don't like the
this.
sound of that.
It's nothing to worry about.
So Little Hope is like Salem, where people went completely haywire back in, I think it was around the 1300s or something. I may be completely off, but they had some young girls who started accusing people of witchcraft, and
Wait!
things got way out of hand. Shit. Like a boss.
Great job. Glad you made it over.
Say nothing.
If you two wanted to be together, you should have just said so instead of just taking off like that.
Haha. We miss you too.
You're kidding. We couldn't stand to be away from you for a second longer.
He's right. We were both freaking out because we thought whatever was back in that hut might have eaten you.
I think that's very unlikely. The terrifying creature in the hut was in fact a cat.
Cats can be
Carry on,
scary.
shall we?
I had a cat that I loved above all else. But when he lost his temper, he could tear you
place
to
is our best shot.
shreds.
There must be a radio.
You know,
or
some people
working
refer to
phone
cats'
inside.
paws as murder
Even our
mittens.
driver too.
In his case,
Look
that
around
was
for
true.
something we can break the glass with.
I still have scars on the inside of my right arm after he got scared one time because my girlfriend saw the hairdryer and I had him in my arm, so he slashed me. So that was not him being aggressive, that was just him being scared. But I also have a few scars from him scratching me when he got pissed. But either way, as you can see, there is the Wolfman title screen, which means that this episode has come to an end. And I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. So until next time, this is the Wolfman signing off.